still blows my mind every time I visualize something or even just write it in my journal and then it appears in real life. I have been studying and applying the law of attraction to my life, my business, my relationships, even my body for the past 6 years now. And I'm still in awe every single time that it works. Like, I'm currently sitting in my dream house, in my home office, making a video on something that I'm passionate about and gonna get paid for while chilling in my PJs. And just a few years ago, I had less than $6,000 in my bank account, was about to drop out of college because I had no idea how I was gonna afford it, and absolutely zero plans for my future, and almost considered tapping out entirely because of it, if you get what I mean. So the fact that I went from that to now this in such a short amount of time, logically it makes no sense. I shouldn't be where I am today, and yet here I am. So I wanted to take you through my manifestation formula and kind of teach you how I did it, and more importantly, teach you how to do the same. If you follow me over on Instagram or in my course Manifested It, you know that I teach it is just a simple 4-step process. Think it, feel it, act it, receive it. But what works for one person may not work for another, which is why if you just copy someone else's ritual that you found online, you don't get similar results. So today, instead of just sharing my ritual, I'm going to teach you how to create your own customized formula based on that 4-step framework, but more importantly, based on you and your goals. So with all of that being said, let's dive into the first step. The first step of our manifestation formula is think it. So this is exactly what it sounds like. Every single day, I want you to start thinking as if you already received your desire. There are so many ways that you can do this. Some people really like affirmations. Personally, I love to do a gratitude and desires list. I talk more in depth about this journaling practice in a previous video, so I will link that below for you. But what I really want to point out about this particular practice is after you write your gratitude and everything that you are so thankful for in this life, you're going to then write your desires the same way, with a ton of gratitude in the past tense. Because if you were actually thinking like the version of you who already received this desire, you would be talking about it in the past tense, and you'd also probably be very grateful for it. So the act of writing it down this way gets your brain believing that it already happened. And then make sure to go back through and reread all of your gratitude, reread all of your desires, and deeply feel it, because that's where the magic happens, and we'll talk about that more in the next step. But really quick, I want to give you a little bonus tip for this. If while you are reading your desires list, if you notice any limiting beliefs or funky thoughts or just resistance to reading it, that is where you may be blocked. So this would be a really good opportunity to go through and do some EFT tapping or additional journaling or whatever your favorite practice is for processing and healing before going on to the second step. So now that we have you thinking positively about your goals, it's time to feel the feelings as if you already manifested them. This second step is so important because our emotions carry vibration, and vibration attracts like vibrations, aka your goals. So any practice that helps you feel excited and hopeful and grateful towards your goals will work perfectly. My personal favorite is visualization. Every single day, I imagine my future self accomplishing all of her goals while listening to the same song. The reason I listen to the same song every single day is because it creates an association in my brain between those elevated emotions and the music. So that way, anytime I want to feel the feelings and shift my vibration, all I have to do is listen to that song again instead of going through my entire ritual. This little hack is called anchoring and is one of my favorites because you can use any sound, any smell, even touch to create an association with those elevated emotions that you did during your embodiment practice. And no worries if visualization isn't your thing. There are so many other ways to feel those elevated emotions, like dancing and positive rampages, future scripting. There are dozens of different practices that you could do. So find one that feels fun for you and do it every single day. Now, the third step, act it, isn't really a ritual in the traditional sense, which is why so many people skip it and then wonder why they're not manifesting their goals. Acting it is simply showing up as that future version of yourself in whatever way you can think of doing today. Maybe you start dressing like them, change some of your habits, start talking like them. This step is also, though, taking inspired action. So if you knew your goals were inevitable, what is one thing you could do today to move yourself closer? For example, right now one of my goals is to grow my email list. So my inspired action for the day was to work on this freebie that's going to be coming out in a couple weeks that'll help grow my list. So this step is simply just asking yourself every morning, how would I be acting if I already received my desire? And what inspired action could I take to move me one step closer to that goal? And that is my entire manifestation ritual that I do almost every single day. You may have noticed though, I only shared 3 of the 4 steps. That's because the last step, receive it, it's more of a way of being. It's not really something you do every single day. It's a mindset. It's learning how to surrender your desire and tap into the divine feminine so that way you can relax and receive it, which I dive more into that and all of these steps in Manifested It, the course, which I will link below. But I want to remind you just one more time that what works for one person may not work for you. So instead of taking my ritual and trying to do it exactly like I do it, I want to challenge you instead to take those 3 steps and make them your own. So every single day, if you already received your desire, how would you be thinking about it? What emotions would you be feeling, and how could you create those emotions for yourself right now, regardless of your goal? And then lastly, what action would you be taking? What little thing could you do today to move you one step closer to that goal? Manifestation is simply becoming a vibrational match for your desire. And those 3 steps, think it, feel it, and act it, is all you have to do. So let's start right now. I want you to comment your goal down below in the past tense with gratitude. And then go on and do step 2 and 3. And if you would like more guidance and support for those, check out Manifested It, the journal below. It is a 4-week guide where I literally take you through all of these steps in a little bit more detail, and also included a coupon off of Manifested It, the course, if you feel called to that. So I hope you enjoyed watching this video and found a few helpful tips for your own manifestation ritual. If you did, please give this a thumbs up and subscribe so you don't miss more videos like this. And I will see you another day with another tip to help you live your most magical life.